I'm Kollin Stagnito with AOPA, and I'm here with Mark Baker, CEO of AOPA. The EPA has issued an endangerment finding regarding lead emissions in avgas.
AOPA keeps flying safe, accessible, and fun by protecting your freedom to fly. We are the most trusted one-stop resource for all things related to general aviation. Become an AOPA pilot today.
Mark, what does that mean for the future availability of avgas?
Well, it means a lot. It means that basically the clock has started for the EPA to work with the FAA and the industry to come up with a safe solution that can commercially replace 100 low lead. So the clock has started. And as you know, the industry committed 18 months ago to 2030 or no later then, hopefully sooner then, to have a commercially available avgas alternative that has lead free. So we're not arguing with the point of view, we just need to have the time to commercially advance the right fuel that will work with all piston aviation airplanes.
So GAMI fuel, GAMI unleaded fuel is available today, and Swift has an unleaded fuel available today. Can pilots and operators use that?
So today there are 35 plus locations that have Swift 94. Swift 94 is a great fuel, built for generally for less than 200 horsepower engines. Think of it kind of like the MoGas alternative, but maybe a little bit better. And that's available in limited places, and good fuel. However, you have to buy the STC, and it has to be appropriate for your engine, make, and model. The GAMI fuel, which has gotten its STC last September, a year ago, is working on the commercialization of how they get their fuel to the market. It does not have an ASTM, nor is an ASTM required by the FAA to have that, but it is taking a little bit longer to get the fuel distributors, fuel suppliers to get on board with that fuel, but they're working it hard.
And does the EPA have the ability to say, stop selling avgas in America? Could they make that decree and have that effective soon?
So that's really an important part, Kollin, is that the EPA does not regulate the fuel. It makes a recommendation to the FAA, who does regulate the fuel that we go with, and gives them the notice to say it's time to change out this fuel requirement. It does not mean that 100 low lead should be stopped being sold anywhere. We know there'll be a few places that'll try and do that because they don't like their airport for whatever reason. Yeah. And so we've got to have an eyes and ears to make sure that that doesn't happen, because the commitment from the FAA, you have to keep 100 low lead available until an alternative is in place.
Okay, so the FAA is committed to that. The FAA is not going to stop the sale of 100 low lead today.
That's correct. The FAA is our friend right now and trying to make sure we have a supply that's safe and available for our general aviation 170,000 piston airplanes out there.
So would you characterize it as this endangerment finding has long-term consequences, but for today, there's an available supply of 100 low lead and it's business as usual?
I would characterize exactly that there is no reason to panic today. We have been working on this thing for years. We're now closer than we were several years ago, but we still got to get an assurance that all this fuel is in the right place, commercially available, that everybody's got comfortable with it, whether it's an STC fuel or something that comes through the PAFI program.
So why is it so hard to develop and distribute a 100 octane unleaded fuel?
Well, again, I would always go back to the point, if it was easy, it had been done a long time ago, because we've not been trying to protect lead, we're trying to protect safety in aviation. And our engines in these aircraft go high and hot, cold. There's a wide variety of temperatures that these airplanes get used at, and this fuel, 100 low lead, has been very good at that. The other fuels have to get at least that good to be able to make sure we don't have detonation in engines. And so we've tried hundreds of formulas over the last 20 years. None of them have been as good as 100 low lead, and from a safety perspective. We think we're getting closer, but that's the reason why it hasn't happened before.
So what is AOPA doing to speed up the change from leaded fuel to unleaded fuel?
So it's a really important part of what we do for our members, is make sure that we have eyes and ears out there to see what's going on. And because of AOPA's presence, it's pulled the whole industry together. I've been the co-chair for the Eagle, which started about 18 months ago, which has refiners, fuelers, distributors, FBOs, engine manufacturers, GAMA, all the other associations are involved. So we're on the common page to make sure that we have everybody thinking, hearing the same things at the same time, so we can advance the ball. It really wasn't happening until 18 months ago that we had everybody around the same table.
Great. Well, thank you very much for the information.
There's a lot going on.